Test. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. And then just gonna share the link real quick.
You want to scummy and chocolate?
Thank you.
No worries.
Don't
Don't worry about it.
I'm
Don't worry
deprived
about it.
of old treats.
Go for a ride in space.
Yes, definitely. Sounds like nothing I've experienced before.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was thinking about you. Yesterday I was watching some shows on near-death experiences, Ricky.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, this would be right up Ricky's alley. And there was a book that was written, I think, in 1857. That was a Q&A about near-death experiences. And basically it nailed every recorded account that we have. It was supposedly kind of mediumship written, I guess. But it talked about, it sounded just like the Tibetan Book of the Dead type stuff.
The yoga, that's, we'll put it back, we said we're gonna lay down later.
Oh.
That's why we out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm distracted. Yeah, we'll be sitting, and then when I start playing the gong later, you all, if you'd like to stay seated, you're welcome to, but it's usually more comfy laying down. So, yeah, get as many cushions and blankets as you'd like.
I'm gonna make it going forward.
Hey, Walter. I'm just getting kind of situated here.
I love it. Yeah. Color forks are the best.
I'm down.
Your kids.
Oh, yeah, 16-year-old. Yeah. We went to like an
You know, but I
Airbnb
have
once.
one.
You inner child.
My mom was like, you don't realize you're 46. You think you're still 42. I was like, maybe.
14.
I was like, sometimes I'm like 16, and other days I'm 55.
Yeah.
So I think mean age is, yeah, right around 52.
Okay. Sorry about the getting set up right here. And I also need to make sure I don't get like a phone call or something through this. I'm not used to it. I haven't really used this much, so apologies.
Yeah.
Presenting at the same time is like definitely a skill.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome. Now, I can't hear you, Walter, or all I see is your two chats. And I also think, I tested this out at home today, so I also think there's a little bit of a delay between like when I speak and you hear it on your end, so feel free to enter any comments in, but no, there might be a delay on my end, or it might not sync up. So thanks for joining. All right. Thanks, everyone. I guess we'll wait here. How's everyone doing today?
Doing well over you.
Much better being here.
Yeah. Yeah, doing pretty well. Busy time at work and life in general, but All good. Yeah. Yeah. I led Joe, who usually runs the Tuesday night. He's also led this group, or Wednesday night. He also leads this group that meets on Tuesday nights. And since he's out of town, I covered that session last night. And it actually was really nice. I was planning to do something different, but it kind of turned into, you know how sometimes here, like it's more of like a group discussion and it's lots of back and forth. It kind of turned more into that, and it was really nice for like a different change of pace. And
I like that. I would love to have that sometimes on
totally.
Wednesday nights, like just to shake it up, you know. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
It made me think of like, there's a word they call it satsang, you know, and like that can mean different things though, you know, like sometimes it's more like that where it's like and sometimes it's like one person teaching, you know, sometimes it's like chanting and doing all that cool stuff. Good to see you. Welcome back.
By the way, we have a satsang in a Hindu practice that happens every Tuesday. If anybody's available.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's a discussion like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, we did. It reminded me. I took the yoga teacher training that was offered through this studio in the fall and like early winter, and that it was a lot. You know, it was a lot of really good stuff. But like at the end of the long weekends, they would usually have something like that, and it was so good to just connect and kind of like settle, you know, and for folks to share, you know. We also usually did a little meditation too.
Yeah, do you ever do like dyads? Just like you get two people together and then one person talks and the other person just receives.
Oh
And
yeah.
so you like get this to practice receiving and giving like isolated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, you know, just listening. And sometimes it's therapeutic. It's the talk, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, not
Totally.
everybody enjoys those probably. Kevin seems like he's like, I don't want to do those.
Yeah.
I do. Introvert, extrovert, suppose, but.
Yeah, there used to be like there's some method that someone developed like specifically doing that, and I think there used to be like an outpost or something in Boulder, you know, where they facilitated that. But I heard about it through someone I met in Montana, and I think they might still have like a location up there. But I really wanted to do it, and then when I looked into it, like it was no longer, they weren't having sessions. But it seems really good for like just communication and
Yeah.
expressing yourself and like being in the moment, you know.
Yeah, it's like tea groups. Like they used to call them tea groups too.
Hmm.
People would just get together and just like, yeah, it's just particular methodology. But
Mm-hmm.
it's cool.
Cool. Well, welcome to the folks online. And Walter, when folks are speaking, can you hear them on your end pretty well too, volume wise? Let me know in the chat. But yes, welcome. Thanks for coming. Okay, so yeah, the plan for tonight is to practice some different meditation that's a little different from what we usually do. But okay, he said you can't really hear when other folks speak up, so I will repeat what they say next time, and figure out how to work my other microphone next time. So yeah, these meditation techniques, they're pretty simple and straightforward, but they're also sometimes practiced to kind of support what it is that we do, like the basic stuff that Joe goes over every week of just dropping everything and letting be. So yeah, these different things that I'll go over are meant to kind of build up and support that. And it's good to switch it up every once in a while too. Cool. Hey, Damien. Okay, I'm just gonna check one thing and make sure other folks got the link. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, we're all sitting. Yeah, come to your posture and let's just take a deep breath in and exhale. Just settle into the posture. So more or less straight spine, or however you've landed. Relax the shoulders. And let's give rise to a sense of joy. Kind of like, think of like a childlike, innocent joy. And also gratitude that we're able to come together and practice together. Not just for ourselves, but for all beings. Okay, so for the first meditation, we'll just jump right into it so that there's time for the gong in the end. So we're basically in this posture, kind of settled in. And for the breathing, Joe's talked a little bit about how with this technique, we breathe through the mouth. And that's related to kind of like the subtle energy in the body. And it helps for promoting that mind open like the sky. Now, I would encourage. We had quite a bit of a talk during one of the sessions about how like usually nasal breathing is better. So if mouth breathing is like hard for you, or if you really don't want to, it's fine. Go with the nasal breathing. But also, if you do feel like you can settle and it's like you're really in the present moment and not thinking about the past or the future, it's kind of like time doesn't exist, then once you've done that quite a bit, and even if thoughts come, they kind of come and go like clouds floating in the sky, and you feel like you have a good repeated experience of that, and you can settle into that, then, as Joe says, sometimes like it's not as important to breathe through the mouth. It's just more like when you're working towards that, it can be beneficial to always practice this in little snippets with mouth breathing. So wherever you're at, you choose the journey. And then we'll just breathe slowly. And pick a point to look at, like in front of you. If you're feeling a little tired, you can look upward with the gaze a little bit. That will raise the energy. If you're feeling like you want to settle down, you can look down towards the floor or a little bit. Okay, now. Very good. For this next part, we're going to focus on an object. So I'm going to grab some stuff for the folks in the room here. And for the folks online, you can either, we're going to focus on yoga blocks. So if you have a yoga block or a block of a similar shape, just rectangular, you can use that. Or if not, you can focus on the outline of the Gong stand behind me, just something very simple. So I'm going to go get those blocks right now. You know what? Do this. Okay. So for this exercise, we're gonna sit in the same posture, settle into it, breathe the same way if you're going with mouth breathing or if you're exploring nasal breathing, either one. And we're just gonna focus on the block in front of you. Notice it, like trace the outline of it with your eyes. And concentrate on it. And here we can use the block or the object as an anchor to the present. So if any thoughts come up about the past or the future, just use that shape of the block in front of you as a reminder just to focus on it. And you could let those thoughts come and go. And while you're looking at the block, notice its color. Are there any different shades on it? Looks like mine might have some like fingerprints and smudges. The edges are a little curved. Now, while focusing on the block and using that as an anchor to the present, see if we could really settle into it and bring about a sense of calmness and space and peace. Okay, then take a deep inhalation in. Nice exhalation out. Good job. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next part of the exercise. So take another good look at your blocks. And now close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes. And in your mind's eye, try to envision the block. Like, can you remember what it looks like? And if it would help, you could open your eyes again and look at it. Trace the block, get a good look at it, and then close your eyes again and envision it. So recall what the block looks like. And same as with our eyes open, if any thoughts come, when you recognize you're thinking about something other than the block, just return to that vision of the block in your mind's eye. And let's see if we could, with that as our meditation object, bring about calmness. So this type of exercise can be helpful in this overall type of meditation practice that we follow here, because oftentimes there's lots of practices where you visualize things like deities or things happening, mantras and such. So this is a good way to train, and y'all can open your eyes now. This is a good way to train. 'Cause for some people, it comes pretty naturally and easily, and then for others, it could be not as natural to be able to just close your eyes and visualize the Buddha or so forth, or a block. So going back and forth between these can be helpful. And starting off with something simple might be helpful. And I find that some days, like, one might be feeling more easy to settle into than the other, between eyes open and closed.
When you do this, do you ever find that you have a mental block?
A mental block. All right, so we'll do. Anyone have anything else they want to share at this point? Other than the mental block? No worries, that's funny. So let's do the exercise again, focusing on the block with our eyes open, just for a little bit. Okay, now let's all close our eyes and envision the block with our mind's eye. And keep on doing that with your eyes closed, envisioning the block. I'm gonna collect the blocks real quick so that's what the sound is. So again, envisioning the block. And if any thoughts come, focusing back on that image of the block in your mind. Okay, now everyone open your eyes and see if you can envision it with your eyes open now. Like back just in front of you where it was. Can you imagine that it's right there in front of you? Okay, you can take a break. How is that for everyone? Any feedback or anything?
I could even, like, when I open my eyes, I could even notice like the little scratch marks.
Oh, cool. Yeah, for me today, I usually have a like much easier time with many things meditation with my eyes closed. But for me today, I was having a harder time with that, and like it seemed easier to just imagine it with my eyes open for whatever reason. So
The transitions are kind of hard, like
hmm.
I'm not used to that, but I can picture it. In my mind, or right there, it's pretty easy. It's like, I can definitely see it. And I also, of course, see like, it's funny, I see you,
Hmm.
right? Because like, you see what, when you close your eyes, like, I see
Yeah.
like this little picture of Buddha. Like, so
Nice.
so that's kind of cool too. It's like this little, right? And
Yeah.
It also goes away, but yeah, it's going between is like a little jolting, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also in my mind, when I close my eyes, I don't think I envision it right, and my brain is like, no, this is not right, and it's really like self-correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my mind as well.
Mm-hmm. Good mind training. Let's see.
Visually, I had like a negative for a second when I closed my eyes.
What do you mean negative?
What's that?
What do you mean negative?
Like when I closed my eyes, I could see a negative blue block for just a little bit.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes
And
sense.
that was like
That's what I expected, but I didn't get that here.
that's more physiologically meaningful.
Someone in the chat said, more often than not, I tend towards drowsiness with eyes closed. So in my case, eyes open is often the way to go. Yeah,
Yeah, same.
can relate to that too. Okay, well, great meditation, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really solid. Joe would be proud. Okay, so we'll practice another technique, kind of building on this somewhat, before getting into the Gong portion. So for this, we're gonna go back to sitting like how we were sitting, just in the beginning with our eyes opened, breathing through the mouth, or if you really want, breathing through the nose. And so let's do that. We'll take a few breaths. And on your next exhalation, hold your breath for a few seconds. And we'll do it again. So breathing normally. And then on your next exhalation, hold your breath for a few seconds. And breathing normally a few times. And holding the exhale and holding your breath for 3 minutes or 3 seconds after the next exhale. 3 minutes, yeah.
They love it, I love it.
So that 3 seconds, sometimes it's described as kind of like a gap in thoughts. It's like space, so it's it can tend to be just like an instant dropping everything and just being.
I used to, so the meditation part, that was the only time I could drop in, was on exhalation. I was like, how do you meditate for the rest of the part?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't drop in unless I breathed out.
Totally. Yeah, sometimes that's called the gentle sigh. And it used to be like a kind of a secret, well-guarded technique, just holding your breath, for 3 seconds after the exhalation. And but it's been leaked, yeah. So let's do it again. Take a few series of inhalations and exhalations at your pace. And then after the third exhalation, hold your breath for 3 seconds. And let's do like 3 rounds of that all together. And then when you're ready, when you're done with your rounds, take a nice deep inhalation. Nice exhalation. So yeah, those are just some different techniques, that are commonly practiced to kind of support or build up to the practice we usually do of just like letting be,
Thanks for mixing it up.
Yeah.
I like that, actually. I
Yeah.
really like the holding.
Mhm.
Do you mess with holding longer, like say 10?
Yeah, and sometimes.
He was gonna go with 3 minutes. But
Yeah,
Y'all kidding.
3 seconds and 3 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna wake up halfway through my going bath.
Well, and what happened just now was like I just kept on holding it without like thinking about it, I was like, oh yeah, like
I really, there's like
Mhm.
a great feeling
Mhm.
for me before. If I'm not focused, then I'll start to panic. If
Yeah.
I'm not like in the Wim Hof like rhythm, like,
Mhm.
but it's amazing how you can. It's just a muscle, like, I can only go 30 seconds on day 1, and day 30 I can do 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you do it every day, for sure. Like you totally
Yeah.
can like hold your breath for that long. It's
Build
so
up.
crazy.
Mhm.
It's like a natural high too. It's definitely
Yeah.
like that little.
You can release like DMT and all kinds of stuff if you the breathing techniques.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Holotropic breathing.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, it's one of the methods, yeah, where it's like you
Yeah.
for like long
That's
periods.
That's
Yeah.
like, or you just like when you're laying down and doing that for
Mhm.
like 40 minutes. That is basically a sober like journey.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I've been in groups that we were doing it for like 40 minutes or something where you would just go and you would only stop doing that and like you would shake your whole body, like tense up and like scream like and then you would go back into doing that. And
Sounds relaxing.
people, well, for me it was like I would start vibrating. And people in the room had, after the fact, like we would have a sharing circle and people had like shared hallucinations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like the same thing. Yeah. It was pretty wild. That never happened with me, but it happened often enough that it was like a few people,
I think it's different when you're doing it in a room with 30 people versus doing it alone. Like
Yeah.
That energy is inescapable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I'm meditating and like I'll just like be like, it's been a while since I've breathed.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. You mentioned Wim Hof. So I came across, there's this guy, he's like one of the, maybe, I don't know if he's one of the instructors or has just practiced with Wim like a lot in his earlier years too. But he shared this technique that I guess he was part of like the group that's practiced with Wim like when he first came to the US like so many years ago,
Right.
a while ago. And back then Wim was teaching like different techniques.
Yeah.
And one of them, maybe in one of the future weeks, I'll go over it. One of them, it was more like you inhale like this and exhale. And then you like do a big inhale and then you hold your breath here and you slowly let it out like, and when you're doing that, you envision like energy going down to about here and you bring your belly out and you visualize like the warmth, the heat of the sun, like coming from the outside and building up inside of you. And then when you're done, you repeat it. And so they do that, and these guys like sit in ice cold water for like 90 minutes,
Yeah.
whereas most people are in it for like 3 minutes, or something like that. And the water feels like neutral temperature, like lukewarm. So anyway,
Or they heat the water with the body?
No.
No, the water stays cold. It's just,
Oh, yeah, when you, to you.
to you,
Yeah.
to the
yeah.
breather.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel
that's
cold,
like,
yeah.
That, like, him being naked, going.
Yeah.
Someone's like walking around and they're like, it's up to
Mhm.
their temperatures, and they're just like, what are you doing? But
Yeah, and I don't know why that
Nature's
technique
just
isn't
off.
really taught as much anymore because you're not supposed to do the other one where you go when you're in water because some people could pass out from that.
really? Okay.
Yeah, but that one, like, I don't think there's really much of a risk of passing out. You know,
It's like a way to heat yourself
Yeah.
when you're in a cold space, like, yeah.
and it really works. And there are some practices in Tibetan Buddhism and different types of Hinduism where you are like learning to harness the power of the body and generating heat with like pretty precise visualizations too happening. And I find that technique is a good kind of like preliminary or precursor to doing the other stuff because it works really well. Like when I do it, I get so hot that I feel like I have to go into cold water. So I don't really do it unless I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Huh.
So maybe another time we could practice that. It's
So
an
it's kind of
interesting
like your
thing.
pre-sauna for the cold plunge.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
That's good. It's cold punch is hard. I
Yeah.
have a hard time.
Yeah, it's pretty. I have one at my house.
Yeah, it's like having this too. It's like I just fail out after
Yeah.
like 10. If you can get through a minute, I think,
Mhm.
but I just can't make it.
Yeah,
I'm fine as long as I have like if I got a sauna or a hot tub, I can do that all day. But if it's like I went with the polar plunge people in Golden, oh my gosh, getting out of cold water into cold air and having no place to warm up,
yeah,
or starting out cold.
Yeah, it's like you get sick after, like it's just, for me, it's just shocks the system enough to where, like I can't stop sneezing and like I feel sick for like
Wow.
24 hours. But it boosts, like, it does that, but then 24 hours later, like, you feel rejuvenated.
yeah,
It's really interesting. Yeah, 'cause we used to do that up at Golden too, at the Clear Creek.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cold.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I like it to the point. I have a sauna and a hot tub too, and I always end on the cold because it like gives me that high feeling.
Yeah.
Some days it is pretty rough though still, but like I just force myself, just to go in if I'm not doing that breathing exercise, but yeah, it's all good stuff. Okay, let's transition to the Gong portion of tonight. So for the folks online, you're welcome to stay seated or lay down, get comfy. Yeah, typically just, a blanket and some pillows. I'm gonna dim the lights.
Better.
You're right. Hey Ricky, what do you say about that?
What's that?
Head towards the Gong and the energy goes out towards your feet. Is that?
Yeah, that's usually how most Gong baths and sound healings go.
You think
And they also sometimes say like not to have your feet directly like pointed towards someone's head because your energy can go through. But then some people don't say that. But but I think it's also interesting to experiment with different ways
Yeah.
because it can be quite powerful to have your head closer. And like you really feel the energy of the gong coming through your body, and it's quite an experience. But sometimes if you're laying facing towards it, it's like washing over you that way too,
Okay, so you can either way.
Yeah, but more common is like how everyone's doing it now. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, no worries.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
On your back, the best.
Yeah. And for the folks online, if you could let me know once I get into playing the gong some more, if you could let me know how the audio sounds, because I was planning on using a microphone, and it is not cooperating today, so it's just the MacBook internal speaker, so I'd appreciate it. Is it okay with folks in the room if I just light a tiny bit of incense? Is anyone sensitive to that?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I won't like smoke us out, just a tiny bit. And it's
Hot boxes.
yeah, it's sometimes in practice we might burn a little incense. It's kind of like an offering or to clear the air and energy. And it's a special Tibetan Buddhist type of incense. So yeah, settle down. Take some relaxing breaths. And something I want to introduce or offer is, you know how we were staring at the block and using that as an object of meditation, or even just like the vision of it with our mind's eye. Let's see if we could do that with the sound of the gong, focusing on that. And settling into that, having it be an anchor, to be spacious. So if any thoughts come, or thinking about the day or work or a snack we're going to eat after this, remember, oh yeah, the sound. Just be spacious. Take some deep breaths in. Feel like you're melting into the floor, like you're on a nice warm beach in the sand. Coming back to earth. Yeah, you can wiggle your toes, move your limbs around a little bit. And yeah, when you're ready to, you can turn to one side to push up. Get up however's most comfortable for you. No rush though.
It felt so short.
Yeah, right?
Always leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
Sometimes not, sometimes it's not. That's
That was amazing.
Oh, yeah, fucking amazing. Yeah. I'd like to know what's happened to that. Whatever I looked.
Right.
Spotify like that?
I know, I was thinking about
You should
Oh
totally
my
record
God,
that.
that'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
as I've been trying to figure out the microphone, I was like, that would be a good thing to do.
Probably
So
one too, like a stereo field would be amazing.
Oh,
You got money with a good mic system, I'll try and bring one in.
cool.
I don't think you get the same, you know?
I mean.
It might not be
No,
good.
but it would
Yeah.
be the closest thing. but I'd like to just have Ricky, hire Ricky to come to our
Mhm.
house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do that tonight. Could you just?
Schlepping the gong around.
Yeah, I know. Like, I was just thinking, like, does it live here? Or did you?
Nah, I'd bring it. Yeah, there's a big case for it. Yeah. It'd be funny if I had a backpack.
You feel like a Dunkin' Turtle.
Yeah. But I've moved it so many. Yeah, he was my favorite.
Man, you are full of it.
But yeah, I moved it so many times that it's like no big deal. You know, just kind of put it together and get set up real quickly. And because I'll play music sometimes during yoga classes, and I'll go through phases where I'll bring like 15 singing bowls and and have them all around me with like 2 guitars, like tuned differently, and other instruments.
Give us a heads up when you do it. We'll be there.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna play, she calls it downshift. It's on, I think it might be the first Sunday in March. The teacher's name is Carrie here.
That's the Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, Sunday at 4. Yeah.
And it's here?
Yeah, here. And
Which Sunday?
I think it's the first one in March, which it might even be March 1st. I'm not 100% on that, but I believe it's the first.
She does every first Sunday, like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And
Yoga and Samba.
Do you know Greg
Samba
Wilson?
music, it's really nice.
Yeah, March 1st. And it's not, it's not the biggest studio, so I don't know, it might be like 12 people or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So, and I'll probably play guitar for most of the yoga, and then she'll do like a longer shavasana, and then I'll play the gong for that at the end.
The Pure Yoga website? I never even done that, but is that where I would see like sign up for it? Or?
Yeah, Clear Light Yoga.
This is an app called Bagaro.
Yeah, we inherited that app, so that's what is used to sign up for things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vagaro. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll show you.
yeah.
Okay. Do you ever do you ever work with therapists or medicine facilitators, like ayahuasca ceremonies? Because like this music would be perfect for
Yeah.
like a journey.
Actually, I've never done the gong, but I'm not so into it anymore. It's been a long time since I've done any psychedelics, but for a few years I would play mostly guitar during ceremonies. And I felt like I got like my PhD in doing that because I would also drink it. So yeah.
But it's just like, they say, you're taking many things, but the music is like, it enhances the entire
Totally.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super rewarding too, because people would come up to me afterwards and be like, I was going through this thing with like my dad in my mind, and it was so rough when you were playing that, but then you switched to this and it all went away, and like they would have tears in their eyes, and like, yeah, it was very special. Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty deep into it for a while, but now
I just got back from getting deep.
yeah.
I haven't done it in a while.
I just got back from Brazil.
Yeah. You did ayahuasca?
Yeah.
And some other stuff.
I lost it.
Cool. Thank you, everyone. We should close out. We'll do the merit prayer. Where is it? Thanks for everyone online. Sorry, it's not as interactive as Zoom because I can't see y'all. I'm sorry about that. But we'll figure it out. Okay, so let's just sit for a few moments and then we'll dedicate the merit. Let's also send an intention out that Joe has a safe and fruitful trip. He's in India. I've heard from him a little bit. He's having fun. Sounds crazy as ever. So yeah, may he and some other folks went over there too. May they all have a great trip and yeah. All right. By this merit, may all obtain omniscience, having defeated the enemy, wrongdoing from the stormy waves of old age, sickness and death, in the ocean of samsara. May I free all beings. All right, thanks everyone. Thanks everyone online. Really appreciate it. Hope you all have a good night.
Thank you.
Mhm.